Hello, I am presenting my project. Um, Basically, this week we were supposed to create a card game, uh, called War. Basically, I had a little bit difficulty creating some of the aspects of it. This is why my assignment is a little bit late. Um, But nonetheless, this is what I was able to do. First, I created a class called a deck. Basically, I created the constructor and it has like the arrays for the suits and the numbers. Initially, I was going to do um, uh, have everything be kind of in various kind of like the suits. However, this is where I kind of got stuck and was unable to actually reconcile a function that could turn my integers into, I guess, like numbers. With this, I created a function called get deck, which basically created my deck. I ended up doing basically using the push function in order to create an array that had uh, basically two different um, values, one for the numbers and then the other one for the suits. And so this kind of returned the deck, which actually made the 52 cards. Here's my randomization of the deck. And here I kind of tested it out to make sure that, I was getting the right result. And sure enough, when I did the get deck and then randomization and introduce, I would get the right numbers. And it was in a random order. Next, I created class players. The class players basically, again, created constructors for the name of the players. I called them Vader, Yoda, with nothing inside. Then I created another one called random, which basically would call on the deck class, and then get deck and randomize. And so then basically here in deal, what I ended up doing was basically taking the cards from the main 52 deck and then splitting them back into both. And then, of course, this has already been randomized. After that, I created the actual game. So the class is called War Game. Here, I created a constructor for, I call it the Force, which calls on like the players class, and then the force that deal, which is the function. And of course, this is for the total points for both players. And then this is actually not anything. My first function was basically to create a for loop, which had an if, else if, and else. Here, I basically called on the function, which was the force, Yura, and then mostly just on the numbers, not the suits at all, represented by V here. And if it was greater than the other player's card, then it would, of course, give me this. If it was the other way around, it would give me this. And then if it was a tie, it would give me this. Finally, this just kind of, tallies up the scores, and whoever has the higher score would be determined the winner. And again, I use an if, else if, and an else statement if it was a tie. And then kind of concludes. And so kind of to show the game, let's see. Let's give me a second. Let's try to run it. I inadvertently added a D by accident here. So now this should work well. Okay. And so basically, as you can see, this is my 52 card deck. Then basically I broke it down into both of the players, and then after that it runs it and it kind of displays who's winning, and then at the end tells you who won. Basically, here, basically the Yoda player won over Vader, gives you the total, and then so if you just refresh, it gives you a different score. You can basically keep refreshing so you know that it is randomizing all of the cards, and eventually, basically, you have the other team winning. Okay, this is the end.